Hi everyone, hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a good weekend. I found a interesting story I wanted to talk about because it's a potential money making opportunity for people, but more importantly, it's scary as fuck to think about. And that is that the House GOP, the Republicans, passed the bill to deregulate Wall Street. Continue to chip away at Dodd Frank to the point where they dismantle it. Now, I bought into bank stocks early on. Most of my decisions in this um, stash app, the ETFs, were all based on how I thought the administration was going to do things and what stocks were going to benefit. And right now I got Internet Titans sitting at 8%, Defending America at 7.5, Live Long and Prosper a little above 6.5, Money Machines at 3.5, which jumped from -1% in a couple days. And I'm going to get to that in a second. Raw Earth at -3, and Wireless Wonders at 2.7. Now, the reason why the banks is interesting is because the deregulation of it. Now, this has been sitting negative in my app for a little while now, but now there's the news. Pardon me. Now there's the news that they're going to deregulate, and this is what I was concerned about because this is what Trump was campaigning on. This is what we're talking about. This is a guy who's a businessman and he wants better business deals, but at the risk of you know building up into another bubble economy popping and then millions of people losing their homes. Same thing like 2008. Now, when they passed this bill, and when I say pass bill, I don't mean it's final because it still has to go to the Senate and get voted on. But I'm gonna get to that in a second. But it is crucial to talk about. But when you look at let's see, like say like JP Morgan or something, look at individual ones. You look at these stocks, right, coming down and it hit this low and then just shot up, right? And it's all on this news. You look at Wells Fargo, look on a 1 month, it hit this dip and then it shot up, you know? You look at man, what's another one? Citibank, Citigroup. You look at it on 1 month, hit this dip, and then just shot up. All these banks are shooting up off of this news because they're gonna get deregulated, which means they could do whatever the fuck they want, which means charge ridiculous interest rates on loans and all kinds of shit. And there's nothing that the government's gonna do about it. There's nothing people can do about it. You gotta fucking do it. And you look at the things that are taken out of the Dodd Frank Act, is a lot of it is with oversight. There's not going to have oversight on banks. They're not going to have oversight on like payday loans. So people always see those commercials like, oh, you can get $5,000 in 5 seconds, and blah blah blah. All you gotta do is pay 50% interest rate, and people get in that shit. They don't realize that they have to pay 100% of the money they borrowed back plus 50% of the interest, which is complete BS. But the reality is, like that's why I chose this ETF to go into because I knew that this was going to be a step that this administration was going to take. Did I know it was absolutely going to happen? Of course not. Just it's just based on the campaigning of what I saw. But if this gets passed in the Senate, this is gonna be bad, man. This is gonna lead up to another bubble because you look at Bill Clinton and his administration. He took chunks out of Glass Steagall trying to repeal it more and more and more, and it led up to the 2008 crash. It was a direct result, and now we're already kind of bubbling up right now, and then they're gonna deregulate the banks. We're just gonna push this bubble up bigger and bigger and bigger so it could crash again. And the Senate needs 60 votes to pass, but the thing is they could change the rule. I forget what it's called, repudiation or something. I can't remember. But they could change it from needing to be a 60 vote to pass to a 51 vote. And if they do that and they become a 51 vote, the Republican GOP side has the majority, so they could pass it, and they're all voting for this, whether you think they are or not. And there are people on the Democratic side that are also pro bank that can vote for it as well. So this could be potentially devastating for the economy. This could be all bad. But if you invest in banks like I do, you just got a fucking fat kick up on that news because like I said, I was like -1% for like a minute on my banks because like nothing was going on, and then just it hit this dip. The news came out, and it started talking about getting passed, and it was a big distraction because a whole James Comey investigation. Everyone's like, oh, Russia and blah blah blah. Oh my God, and all this stuff. And then dudes are working in the background passing these bills and stuff, and people don't even realize it. That's a sad fact. But like I have my concerns, because I don't want the obviously I don't want the market to crash. And that's another reason why I invest in cryptocurrencies, just to like hedge myself, to protect myself. But I just wanted to share that with everybody real quick over the weekend. I mean, if you're in banks, you probably just saw a nice bounce up in your money. If you're not in banks, there's still potentially an opportunity to get in and get some good hype off this news. That's what they say, like buy the hype, sell the news type attitude. And like I hope I hope it doesn't lead to a devastating end, of course. But I mean, it's that's probably what's going to happen. But banks are finally on the rise. Like I said, I've been watching for a while. Defense has always been good because all the stuff going on with the wars, unfortunately. But like I've made money, and now health stocks because they're trying to repeal the Affordable Care Act, so the health companies are coming up, and now they're trying to repeal Dodd-Frank and the Bank Act, and now the bank stocks are going up. Every time they pass legislation to give free range to these companies, they rise up because people start investing in them. Now there's no government oversight, so now they can do whatever the fuck they want and make money. So anyway, I'm just obviously upset about that, and like I don't want to see nobody lose their home. I don't want to see nobody lose their livelihood. I don't want to see anybody have to like sell their car or their like wedding ring or sell their home just to make ends meet. I don't want to see none of that shit happen. That's horrible. But at the end of the day, it is what it is, and that's why I make this channel, man. Like I know not everybody wants to hear this stuff, but I mean, like I try to like warn people. I try to help people, try to make them understand that you may be a trader, investor in cryptocurrency, whatever, but you also need to take in the news. You also need to focus on the economy, not just the U.S. economy, but the world economy. But man, I'm concerned for real though. I'm concerned. But whatever happens, like I'll try to keep video update on it because once that if it gets passed, like fucking start the clock. It's a ticking time bomb at that point. So just be careful, protect yourself. Get your financial education going. Do whatever the fuck you can. To protect yourself, protect your family, the ones you love, everything, your friends. Whatever you can do, and hopefully, we'll come out of this on top. We'll come out of this unscathed. But I mean, I have concerns. But anyway, I just wanted to make that real quick, give a warning, and try to update people on what's going on. So, like I said, I'm a complete 100% hypocrite. I don't run away from that at all. I invest in banks because unfortunately, I knew this was going to happen, or at the very least, I knew that they wanted this to happen, and they were going to try to make it happen. And it looks like the steps are being taken. So be careful out there, protect yourself, work hard, invest, hustle, grind, whatever you got to do, and just, keep your eyes on the big picture at all times. So good luck, everybody, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the weekend, and I hope you don't have any negative repercussions because of this. I don't want nobody to get hurt because of something like this that could potentially lead up to another bubble and another crash. So good luck, everyone.